So, is there a difference between an inner calling and an interest? So, for example, if I consider my own example, so I have different interests like cinema and cricket, but my inner calling is something completely different. So, should they necessarily be the same, or uh, am I wasting my time on things which are not really in service to the inner calling?
This is not the case only with you, but the case with pretty much everybody,
Mm-hmm.
that they are always confused between the interests and the inner calling, and most of the cases it's not, most of the time it's never the same. The interests are too many, and the inner calling will be more something deeper.
Correct.
And this comes back to again in another question. We were talking about procrastination, and then the role of the conscious mind and the role of the unconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a it's again a it's a very zen question to identify which one is the interest and which one is the inner calling. Because something which is in the realm of unconscious mind, like we spoke in another video, has a certain momentum, has a certain weight, has a certain strength to it, because it's something that has been going on. Maybe not something that really matters to you, because your new identity is with the conscious mind, and the conscious mind sees 100 different things.
Yeah.
It sees the cinema, it sees sports, it sees business, and anything can capture its attention. It can also see a Buddha,
Yes.
and there also your interests are captured, but your inner calling is still not the same.
Hmm.
So it will be very short sighted to just prioritize the inner calling over the interest, or it will be very stupid to go with the interest and then ignore of the inner calling.
Yeah.
Both way it is, because the idea is not for either one of the mind to excel over the other. The idea is they come together and become one with each other. So when you are having two bullocks, again going back to the ancient way of description in a bullock cart, it's the idea is not you as a cart owner, the rider.
Hmm.
You cannot show preference
Correct.
that I want this bullock to win,
Yeah.
because it is your cart and it is both the bullocks that are running your cart.
Yeah.
So sitting on top of it, you cannot say I want this one. You can't take sides there, because you, the same thing with the hand, you can't say
Yeah.
I want you to win. You can never arm wrestle yourself, because
Correct.
which one would you want to win? That will win.
Correct.
So the interests are usually in the zone of the conscious mind, because anything new that you see, it becomes your interest.
Correct.
Now these days I'm interested with something, that means that last year you didn't even know about it,
Correct. True.
so you got exposed to it, and then suddenly it has captured of your interest.
Interest.
I'm
Yes.
not saying it's not important,
Correct.
I'm just saying it belongs to the realm of conscious mind. And something has something deeper. Usually the unconscious mind will not, the chase or the movement of the unconscious mind will not be towards something that you can, something very, it won't be very tangible. It won't be about cinema, it will be about maybe drama. That means in a very
Correct.
like in a macro way.
Yes.
So actually it's not the cinema that it's interested in, but it just wants to be lost in some or the other drama.
Yeah.
Or it could be anything. Now for example, if you take a certain let's say an artist, his interest is music, but maybe his inner calling is fame. Now this is what I meant by it
True.
becomes intangible there. Now how will you measure how much fame would satisfy? The interests are usually measurable because you want to be with the music and then you want to practice, you want to develop a certain skill. So these are all kind of quantifiable. But the interests of the unconscious mind is not very quantifiable. It becomes a little deeper there. And then that inner calling, one should be aware while you're choosing your interests, because no matter, like we were talking that both are different and but also your interests are not too far away from the inner calling.
Yes. Yes.
So the fun part is, even if your mind has got conscious mind has got interested in 10 different things, it will be funny if you actually take a good look at yourself. All the 10 things are trying to serve the inner calling.
Yeah. So it is
So
finding different ways of reaching the same.
yeah, because
place.
like deep down it is the same.
Yeah.
And then the conscious mind might be thinking, I am getting interested in new things, and I have the ability to choose. But unconscious mind doesn't even bother.
Yeah.
One is because what you're interested in hardly affects the unconscious mind. On the other, it is so powerful that it would have influenced your interests also. So it further doesn't care. It knows that at the end of the day, it is what is being fulfilled.
Yeah.
So you choose one teacher, another teacher, and you keep exploring different paths.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, maybe it's not what you think that you are fulfilling. Maybe the unconscious mind is just trying to achieve its own interest.
Correct.
And I'm not even saying that is more important.
Correct.
So I have never told in the due course of talk if the interests are more important or the inner calling is more important.
Yes.
I have just spoken at a very fundamental level. It is your choice.
Yes.
To be interested with something new. There is a story in the Upanishads where Vishnu would have just appeared and then something happens. I don't remember. There will be just a small gap where the person would have got enlightened. But then he chooses to go and bring something, a water or something to Vishnu. I'm not able to recall the story, but then the crux of it is like, if he had just waited for a little more time, he would have been enlightened. But then he gets distracted with some small thing, and then because of that, he falls in love with the woman, and then he decides to stay back that night, and then they have kids, and then the whole life is gone, and then because of that, many lives are gone. So it doesn't mean that Vishnu is more important. All your spiritual teachers would say that he missed an opportunity. But I would say that he would have missed the other opportunity if he was here. He should complete all the things so that organically he feels that he should be at some other place. He should evolve out of it, not come out of it. So when Buddha walked out of the palace, there was no fight within him. That little thing is always there, that's in a very superficial way, but already the 9 bullocks, I refer to 9 bullocks as the unconscious mind, was already with him to do something else. So there was no conflict. The conflict was not there. The conflict was there in the conscious mind. So which is what he comes back and sees the wife, and so but he's really not in a deep conflict to let go of something. So what people try to do is, their 9 bullocks are with something else. They try to leave that. Now that is not what should be done. For the sake of an interest, you can't let go of an inner calling.
Correct.
And I would also say, for the sake of inner calling, it is easier to let go of the interest, because interests don't have any power.
It doesn't have the same
momentum. It is easier
momentum.
to let go of the interest. But I'm saying it's not always sensible to do that. So nothing can replace awareness.
Yes.
So everything that we are talking is always in the realm of the mind. So in the realm of the mind, there is nothing right or nothing wrong.
Yeah.
When you have awareness,
Hmm.
nothing can replace that. Now that is what would decide, now should I choose the interest
Or the inner calling.
or the inner calling.
Beautiful.
So interest, if a Buddha is there in the interest, it could be out of 10 interests. One of the interests is also like, I love, there is something about the man.
Yeah.
That interest is so important than all your inner calling, which could be your inner calling might be to become a superstar.
Yes.
And
yes.
if you just follow that route, maybe you might become superstar also. But
Correct.
is it?
Worth.
Again, I wouldn't use that
no,
word
I'm
because
sorry, I got it wrong.
No,
I got it wrong.
Words are difficult. I might
Yes.
have myself said that in the due course of talking.
Yeah.
But that just shows my
Yes.
my priority.
Yes. Yes.
Now, because I would prioritize a Buddha, I would say like, that one interest can outweigh
Yes.
all other
Anything
interests, and
else.
it can outweigh.
Correct.
Because like it is not just lifetime opportunity. It is like an existential opportunity that you have somebody
Yes.
of that intensity and that state of being. You have the opportunity to be with that person. That is my priority.
Yes.
I mean, just by it being my priority, I can't say all the audience, or I can't say you
Correct.
that you should also choose this.
Yes. True.
But
True.
use your awareness to see what is your presently, where do you feel more joy. So if the Buddha is disturbing, let him go. Let him go, and then be with your things that matter to you.
Yes.
And then they will take you to a higher state of being. Anything that you do it authentically.
Yes.
And then that is good enough for you to evolve.
Yeah.
You don't always need a Buddha to be there. I was just talking, I mean, it is a fascinating thing for many people. So in that way, one would say that, okay, this could be the highest importance. But then at that point of time, if money is more important, then hell with everything else. Go with that, because there is some aspect of your inner being that is seeking expansion in that aspect.
Correct.
Now, without you experiencing that, you can never come to the state of Buddhahood, even if you follow the Buddha.
Correct. Correct.
You might follow him, but where will you go? Or you might follow another person,
Yes.
but where will you go?
Correct.
You will just be the same only, you will be left behind.
True.
Those people will be moving forward,
True.
and you will be left behind always.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah.
understand yourself first, even before trying to see what your interests are.
Yeah. Yeah.